Tipping is a scam. Well, sometimes. When you tip somebody at a restaurant, it's for their good service. You know, you should be able to just go out of their way and give them a tip because you, as the customer, feel like you were provided with exquisite service. But no, absolutely not. Here in the US, that's not how things work. You are almost required to leave a tip. And if you don't, I mean, shit, bro, they might as well have thrown your food on the floor and, like, stepped on it. They should have took all the ash off their cigarette, put that shit in your food, too. You know, just really sprinkle that in there. In most countries, it says tipping remains as a small gesture of gratitude. That's all it really was supposed to be. And now, since these companies want to underpay their workers, now we have to take money out of our pockets, or else these people are not going to get paid. And that's why I tip a lot, you know, with every meal. Like, I make sure I leave a good tip. And in most cases, I do leave a tip. But if I get bottom of the barrel service, like the waiter was really rude, I'm not leaving a damn tip. Hell nah. And that's why sometimes tipping feels like a scam, because it feels like you're obligated to leave a tip no matter what, or else you gotta peel out of that restaurant fast and hope to God that they don't chase you out of the restaurant. There was maybe like a couple times in my life where I didn't leave a tip. One time I was at a restaurant with my friends. This was like a couple months ago, and the server was just being an when she was giving out straws. She literally threw them at the table and threw the napkins as well. And the napkins flew everywhere when she threw them when we had to pick them up. Even though there was nobody else in this restaurant, she took extremely long to get us our drinks. And her tone was just overall rude. I mean, she might have been going through some shit. I don't know. But there's no reason for you to take it out on us. Like, what did we do? And after that, we agreed, hell nah, we are not leaving a tip. And when it was time for us to leave, this shit actually cracks me up to this day. My friend wrote tip $0 followed by poop on the receipt. I was in the bathroom when this happened. Everybody else peeled out of there and I had no idea. But when I walked out of the bathroom, I heard the waitress screaming. She was like, "No tip, are you kidding me?" And I just ran out of there and got to the whip as fast as possible. My friends are telling me to hurry my ass up, bro, because shit, they didn't want her to follow us out of there. And never in my entire life did I peel out of a parking lot so fast. But another time I don't really tip is when a cashier flips around the iPad and says, "All right, it's just gonna ask you a few questions." I'm not gonna lie though, sometimes I fold and I press like 10% or something. Like if I got a coffee at a coffee shop. But if I got a shit ton of food, I'm not leaving a tip, bro, because it's gonna cost me an extra $10, $20. There was a time where I felt so bad, I left a $20 tip. I'm not even kidding. So the store was about to close. I think it was a Chipotle. I was with one of my friends, and I felt so bad because I was that one dude that walked in before closing. They were cleaning up and everything, and my ass just showed up. And I knew exactly how it felt. I once had to deal with that. You know, everybody and their moms seem to love pulling up 5 minutes before closing. The whole gang is showing up. Now we're there 30 minutes later. So yeah, I felt bad. So before I left, I literally dropped $20 in their tip jar. That's all I had on me, so I just decided to leave it. But I didn't get bad service. And if I did, I would not have left a tip at all. And usually when I leave a tip is when I'm like getting a haircut at a restaurant, in an Uber, etc. But it's crazy that in the United States, even if you walk into a barber shop and they give you this lopsided haircut, like, "Oh, we messed up, gotta go bald" type of haircut, you still have to leave a tip. Insane. Of course, you know, there's also some reasons why tipping is good, but there's also a lot of reasons why tipping can be a scam. Tipping before your service. Usually when I order DoorDash or some shit, I have to leave a tip before I even get the service. This dude could eat half my burger for all I know, and I'm still giving a 20% tip. Or he could take forever with my food and just sit in a parking lot or some shit. And the food is cold as hell by the time it gets here. Still leaving a 20% tip. Because I don't even think you can change the tip that you leave once you leave it. I'm pretty sure it's already set in stone, so you're cooked. There was one time we didn't even get food that I ordered, and I still left a tip. I got the money back for the missing items, but not for the tip, unfortunately. Number 2, tipping when there was no service provided. Why is it when I put an online order there, it's asking me for a tip? I'm doing it myself, bro. Like, what service is being provided to me? It would be different if it was delivery, but it's not. I gotta go there myself and pick it up. Number 3, the tip amount goes up even though the service doesn't change at all, which is pretty dumb. I'm not gonna lie. The amount of times I'm talking about DoorDash, you probably think I'm fat as hell, but it's a good example of what I'm trying to talk about. If I were to place an order that was like a buffet of food for me and my family to eat, now you have to tip $30, $40, which is wild because the service did not change much at all. And it sucks because, well, shit, it's not socially acceptable to tip below 20%, 15%. And it doesn't matter what we think, we're stuck doing it. Like, even though it feels like a scam, I still gotta do it. They are practically drying out my pockets. It's ridiculous. Which leads me to number 4. People might not even be able to afford it. Like if somebody goes to a restaurant and they only bring $20 to pay for their meal, now they're screwed because they gotta leave a tip too? You know, I'm lucky YouTube is doing well, and seriously, thank you all. Otherwise, I don't know where I would be. I don't think I'd even be able to afford to leave a tip, let alone go to a restaurant. I would 100% be living in a box or some shit. And what sucks is that people are also reliant on our tip money. So it's kind of a weird dilemma that could be solved if corporations just pay these employees more, just so they wouldn't have to rely on tips as much. Like when my brother worked at a restaurant, he was getting paid $4 an hour. That's it. And he had to rely solely on the fact that they would leave tips. And that's why people, number 5, tip out of guilt. Sometimes I tip because I feel bad. There are some times where I should not have left a tip, and I did. I mean, if they were being rude to me, obviously not. But if the food was just mid, like I feel bad, like I still would leave a tip. Like even though I just ate mid-ass food, I don't know why the hell I'm leaving a tip. Or like I said earlier, when the cashier flips around the iPad, I feel myself sweating and I just have to press an option. Or else they're gonna look at me with a mean mug while I'm sitting there waiting for my order. But of course, tipping can also be a good thing, sometimes. Number 1, you can express gratitude for good service. I think this is how tipping should work. I don't think people should feel like they're being held at gunpoint to tip. Like, that's just ridiculous. It should just be one of those things where you leave a tip when you feel like it or when it's necessary. You know, if you feel like you got a fresh cut, then, you know, you should be able to leave a tip. Number 2, it motivates good service. If people are handing out tips like no tomorrow, people are going to do a bad job and think, well, you know, I'll get a tip no matter what. But if tips were given for good service, then people will actually be motivated to do a good job, waiting your table or giving your haircut or whatever. Like sometimes my Uber driver, when I'm traveling, will literally put my luggage in the trunk himself and make sure the car is at a perfect temperature. Like, damn, bro, you're doing too much, but I appreciate it. But I always leave a tip though when I'm with an Uber driver because shit, as long as I get from point A to point B in one piece, I think that's all that matters. And even if service doesn't go perfect, like obviously some fuck up happens, like I see they're trying, you know, I'm still gonna tip them. I mean, shit, bro, as long as they're not rude, that's all I really care about. Number 3, it helps you build a rep with specific workers. If you're in a certain restaurant a lot, you know, they'll be sure to give you good service. Or if you're getting a haircut, they're not gonna fuck up the cut, bro. They wouldn't do you like that. Helps you know in the back of your mind that they're gonna put in the work to give you good service because they know you're gonna leave a tip. Number 4, it helps employees make livable wages. It sucks that it has to be this way, but these employees don't get paid enough to do whatever they're doing. Back when I was working at a grocery store, I felt like I was not getting paid enough to deal with these Karens. The shit I had to put up with sometimes was just ridiculous. Sometimes people would like slip a $5 bill to me, even though I wasn't even allowed to take tips. I just took it anyway because I was taking any money I could get at that point as somebody that was in high school trying to pay for college. But I don't know, man. Nowadays, I feel like the job market's kind of cooked because people with degrees may not even get a job anymore, and they may not even be able to make ends meet with the job that they get, and they still have all this debt they have to pay, which is just absolutely wild to me. So yeah, a lot of these jobs have to take tips or else rent is due and they may not even be able to pay rent. But number 5, leaving a tip just feels good. I know I'm like probably the most negative guy on the channel, and this is probably as positive as it's gonna get. I don't know, man. I just feel good whenever I leave a tip, and I'm sure the people providing the service feel better knowing that people leaving these tips will actually help them pay their bills. But all in all, tipping culture can be a good thing if you're giving the tip out of respect, but it can be a really bad thing if you're feeling pressured to tip or leave a certain amount as a tip. But if you want to watch a video about scams, it's going to be up on the end screen. Just click it.